If you knew that the secret to unlimited wealth was already locked inside your mind, would you dare to turn the key? Listen to me carefully, because what I'm about to tell you could alter the entire course of your life. Wealth is not a matter of luck. It is not a gift handed down to the fortunate few. Wealth is a state of mind, a discipline of thought, and a burning definiteness of purpose. And the moment you realize that, you take the first step toward attracting riches beyond anything you have ever imagined. Wealth begins in the mind. Long before it manifests in your bank account, your home, your opportunities, or your freedom, it must first be built brick by brick within the invisible realm of your own thoughts. Every fortune, every success story, every grand achievement that the world applauds began as nothing more than an idea, a whisper in the heart of someone who dared to believe it was possible. The mind is the workshop of all creation, and wealth is no exception. Until you grasp this truth with full conviction, real and lasting riches will forever elude you. Your thoughts are not random or meaningless. They are the blueprint of your destiny. Each thought you nurture, each belief you entertain, each vision you hold, these are the unseen architects of the life you are living and the life you are capable of building. To become wealthy, you must first think like someone who is already wealthy. You must program your mind with the certainty that abundance is your natural state. Poverty is not noble. Scarcity is not a virtue. The true nature of life is expansion, growth, and unlimited supply, and you are a part of that magnificent process. The moment you accept that your mind is the origin of your reality, you step into a new level of personal power. No longer do you need to wait for the economy to improve, for someone to give you a chance, or for circumstances to favor you. You realize that the greatest asset you will ever have is your ability to think creatively, to believe stubbornly, and to act courageously based on the vision you hold. The wealth you seek is not somewhere out there. It is waiting within you to be summoned by the clarity and intensity of your thought. Every thought charged with faith, with passion, with certainty plants a seed in the fertile soil of your subconscious. Given time and proper nurturing, those seeds burst forth into tangible results that the world calls success. But if you allow doubt, fear, or apathy to rule your inner world, you sow seeds of defeat, and life will mirror that back to you with unerring accuracy. There is no exception to this law. What you hold in your mind consistently, you hold in your hand eventually. If you desire to change your financial reality, begin not with external effort, but with internal mastery. Train your mind to dwell on abundance. Meditate daily on the life you want, not the life you fear. Speak words of wealth, not scarcity. Act as if you already possess the prosperity you seek. Every action taken with a wealthy mindset compounds your power, amplifies your energy, and attracts new channels of opportunity into your life. The mind is the first marketplace where all transactions of wealth are made. You are the merchant, you are the buyer, you are the seller. If you can purchase the belief in your own abundance with the currency of disciplined thought, there is nothing this world can withhold from you. Wealth begins in the mind, and the mind is yours to command. Belief precedes achievement. It is the invisible foundation upon which all great successes are built. Before a single goal is accomplished, before a dream is brought to life, before any outward sign of victory can be seen, belief must take root in the mind and heart. Without belief, action lacks power, persistence crumbles under pressure, and the first obstacle becomes an immovable wall. But with belief, even the impossible becomes merely a matter of time. Belief is not wishful thinking. It is not a vague hope that things might work out. It is a deep, unshakable conviction that success is inevitable, that the outcome you desire is already real within the unseen realm of possibility. Belief is the engine that fuels every step forward, the anchor that holds steady during storms, and the flame that refuses to die out no matter how dark the night becomes. It is the unseen force that whispers to you when the world shouts out, reminding you of who you are and what you are destined to create. Achievement is born when belief is nurtured and guarded against the corrosive influences of fear and negativity. Every person who has climbed from humble beginnings to great heights first saw themselves victorious in the theater of their own imagination. They dared to believe when there was no evidence to justify it. They nurtured that belief when others called them foolish. They protected that belief when failure threatened to crush it. In doing so, they summoned the invisible forces of life to move in their favor. When you believe in your vision, you give your mind a target. You command your subconscious to find solutions, to open doors, to create opportunities that align with your inner certainty. Belief acts like a magnet, drawing to you the people, resources, and ideas necessary to fulfill your destiny. Without belief, even the greatest talents lie dormant, wasted by hesitation and paralyzed by fear. But when belief burns brightly, even the smallest step is infused with the momentum of greatness. There will be moments when belief is tested. There will be delays, disappointments, and detours along the way. That is inevitable. But those who achieve are not those who never face doubt. They are those who refuse to let doubt master them. They remind themselves daily of the outcome they seek. They speak life into their dreams. They see with the eyes of faith what others cannot yet see with the eyes of flesh. They know that belief is a decision renewed each day, sometimes each hour, no matter the circumstances. The world does not reward mere effort. It rewards persistent effort, fueled by unwavering belief. The path to achievement is a path that first winds its way through the unseen corridors of conviction. Build belief first, and achievement will follow as surely as night follows day. Plant your feet firmly in the soil of certainty, lift your eyes to the horizon of possibility, and move forward knowing that what you believe you will eventually achieve. Money serves a decisive mind. It does not answer to uncertainty, hesitation, or fear. It flows to those who move with clarity, with confidence, and with an unwavering decision to claim their right to abundance. The truth is simple yet powerful. Money is attracted to minds that know exactly what they want and refuse to be swayed from their course. A decisive mind sends a clear signal to the universe, a signal that says, "I am ready, and I will not turn back." That signal, once sent, brings opportunities, partnerships, ideas, and resources into your path with a force that cannot be denied. Indecision is a silent killer of dreams. Every time a person hesitates, doubts, or second-guesses their path, they send out a confused and weakened signal. Money, being a servant, does not respond to confusion. It flees from it. It looks for strength, for direction, for commitment. It moves eagerly toward those who have already decided that they will succeed, that they will create wealth, that they will use their resources to build, to expand, to fulfill a greater purpose. No, an decisive mind does not wait for conditions to be perfect, because it understands that perfection is an illusion. It acts boldly, confidently, knowing that action in itself will carve the way forward. The moment you decide with absolute certainty that you will attract and command wealth, your entire being aligns with that purpose. Your mind sharpens, your energy intensifies, your words gain power, your actions become charged with a magnetic force that others can feel and respond to, even if they cannot explain it. Decision transforms you from a passive participant in life to an active creator of destiny. Where others see obstacles, you see stepping stones. Where others hesitate, you advance. Where others falter, you rise. There is no greater force than a mind fully decided. Once you make a firm decision, every fiber of your being starts working toward its fulfillment. Your thoughts begin to filter opportunities from the noise. Your intuition sharpens to guide you swiftly and surely. Resources that once seemed distant begin to appear as if by magic. People are drawn to your certainty, offering help, advice, investments, and support. The world respects a mind that knows what it wants and moves without apology toward it. Many waste years waiting for a guarantee of success before they dare to decide. They do not understand that the guarantee comes after the decision, never before. Life rewards those who plant their flag firmly, who speak their intention boldly, and who back it up with relentless action. A decisive mind cannot be ignored. It cannot be denied. Money, like a loyal servant, rushes to the call of one who knows where they are going. Stand today as one who has already chosen wealth, abundance, and success. Refuse to waver. Refuse to doubt. Let every thought, every word, every action carry the unmistakable power of decision. Money will not resist such a mind. It will serve it faithfully, because money serves a decisive mind. Visualize and feel your wealth. It is not enough to think casually about success or to hope quietly for prosperity. True wealth begins when you create a vivid, living image of it within your mind and infuse that image with powerful emotion. Visualization is the bridge between the unseen and the seen. It is the act of reaching into the invisible realm of possibility and pulling your desires into tangible form. When you close your eyes and picture your future with crystal clarity, when you see yourself already living the life you desire, you set forces in motion that will shape your reality. But visualization must be more than a cold, lifeless image. It must be filled with feeling. You must feel the joy of your success, the pride of your accomplishments, the gratitude for the wealth already yours. When you combine a clear mental picture with the deep emotions that accompany achievement, you create an unstoppable magnetic force that draws your desires toward you. Emotion is the fuel that powers the engine of your mind. Without it, even the most detailed vision will remain a shadow. But when charged with intense feeling, your vision becomes alive, vibrant, and inevitable. Investing in your research as well, you are training your subconscious mind to accept it as your reality. The subconscious mind does not know the difference between a vividly imagined experience and the real thing. It accepts what you repeatedly feed it and begins to influence your actions, your habits, and your decisions to match the image you hold. When you consistently see yourself as wealthy, confident, and successful, you begin to think, speak, and act in alignment with that. And when your inner world shifts, your outer world must follow. Visualization and emotion must become daily disciplines. They are not something you do once and forget. Just as you nourish your body with food, you must nourish your mind with visions of your success. Spend time each day seeing yourself walking in abundance, living with freedom, making an impact, and feeling the deep satisfaction that comes from fulfilling your potential. Let that vision become so real, so detailed, and so emotionally charged that you cannot help but act in accordance with it. Obstacles may arise, but they cannot withstand a mind that is steadfastly focused on a compelling vision. Challenges may test your resolve, but when you have already lived your success 1,000 times in your mind and felt the triumph in your heart, no setback can deter you for long. You become resilient, resourceful, and unstoppable. The life you seek is already within you. It is waiting for you to claim it through the power of your imagination and the depth of your emotion. Visualize it, feel it, own it. Walk through your days with the certainty that what you have seen and felt within must, by the very laws of creation, manifest without. Wealth is first created in the invisible realm of thought and feeling before it ever shows itself in the material world. And it all begins when you dare to visualize and feel your wealth. Failure only exists through belief. It is not a permanent condition, nor is it a force outside of your control. It is merely an idea that becomes real only when you accept it as true. The moment you refuse to believe in failure, it loses its power over you. Setbacks, disappointments, and obstacles are not failures unless you allow them to be. They are merely stepping stones, guiding you, refining you, strengthening you for the success that lies ahead. The only way failure can ever claim victory is if you grant it permission in your mind. Every great success story was paved with moments of difficulty. Moments when it would have been easy to quit, to give up, to declare defeat. Yet those who rise above are those who look at adversity and say, this is not the end. They understand that failure is not a dead end, but a detour, a lesson, an opportunity to grow sharper, wiser, and more resilient. When you believe in your inevitable success more than in any temporary setback, you transform every challenge into a tool for your advancement. The belief in failure paralyzes action, dulls ambition, and saps the spirit of its energy. It whispers lies of impossibility and defeat. But when you rise with the unwavering belief that failure has no hold on you, you ignite a fire within that no outside circumstance can extinguish. You realize that the true defeat lies not in falling, but in refusing to rise again. Each time you stand up after being knocked down, you strip failure of its power and claim a greater measure of victory for yourself. The mind is the battleground where success or failure is decided long before any visible results appear. If you allow the belief in failure to take root, it will color every action with hesitation and fear. But if you banish the idea of failure from your mind, replacing it with the certainty of triumph, you will move through life with a power and confidence that bends circumstances to your will. Challenges will still come, but they will find you unshaken, undeterred, and undefeatable. The journey to success is not a straight line. It is a winding path filled with lessons disguised as obstacles. Embrace every experience, knowing that each step, whether smooth or rough, is molding you into the person capable of holding the success you desire. Every misstep teaches you something vital. Every delay strengthens your patience. Every hardship deepens your resolve. And all of it is working together for your good, so long as you refuse to label any experience as failure. Hold fast to the belief that every event in your life is moving you closer to your ultimate goal. Refuse to entertain thoughts of defeat. Stand firm in the knowledge that you are stronger than any challenge, greater than any setback, and destined for triumph beyond what you can yet see. Failure only exists through belief, and today you choose to believe in your unstoppable victory. Discipline your thoughts, for they are the architects of your destiny. Every result you experience in life, whether of triumph or struggle, can be traced back to the thoughts you consistently entertain. The mind, left undirected, will wander into fear, doubt, and limitation. But a disciplined mind, one trained to dwell only on power, abundance, and success, becomes an unstoppable force for creation. Mastery of your life begins with mastery of your thinking. What you choose to allow in the sacred space of your mind will ultimately shape the world you live in. The undisciplined mind is like an untrained horse, pulling wildly in every direction, wasting energy, going nowhere with purpose. It reacts to every outer circumstance, blown about by every wind of doubt or negativity. But when you discipline your thoughts, you take hold of the reins. You direct your mental energy toward visions of what you desire, not what you fear. You choose thoughts that build you up, not tear you down. You become the conscious creator of your life rather than a passive victim of circumstance. Every thought carries power. Each one is a seed planted in the fertile soil of your subconscious. Thoughts of strength, confidence, and abundance blossom into achievements and opportunities. Thoughts of weakness, fear, and lack grow into barriers and missed chances. The discipline lies in becoming vigilant, in standing as a watchman at the gates of your mind, allowing only those thoughts that serve your highest destiny to take root. This discipline is not a one-time effort, but a daily practice. It demands awareness and commitment. It requires you to notice when negativity creeps in and to swiftly replace it with a thought that uplifts and empowers. It calls you to reject the temptation to dwell on past failures or future fears and instead focus your full attention on what you are building now. Moment by moment, thought by thought, you are sculpting the masterpiece of your life. The world outside will constantly try to pull your mind toward doubt and distraction. Challenges will arise that tempt you to think small or give in to discouragement. But with a disciplined mind, you meet every challenge with inner certainty. You remind yourself that your thoughts are the cause and the conditions around you are the effect. Change your thinking and you change your life. There is tremendous freedom in this realization. No longer do you need to wait for external circumstances to change before you feel powerful, joyful, or successful. You can choose those states through disciplined thinking right now, in this moment. And as you do, you call forth circumstances that reflect the power and greatness you have already claimed within. Your thoughts are your kingdom. Rule them wisely. Train them daily. Strengthen them with vision, faith, and gratitude. In doing so, you unlock a power greater than any obstacle, greater than any temporary defeat. Discipline your thoughts, and you take the first and most important step toward the life of abundance, freedom, and triumph that you were born to live.